Everyone, I hope you're all well. Welcome to my channel. I haven't done a video for about 4 months. I thought I'd come back now. It is the end of May 2023 and do a reading for June, or for the current energy basically. It's practically June. And a bit of an update, not on my process, which there's a lot to say, but I'm not going to say it in this video. But just to give an update on my channel, kind of a thing. So I don't really know what I'm going to say. I'm a bit nervous and a bit excited to be doing another video. It feels a bit weird. I think I've got to get back in the swing of it. And they're saying get this show on the road. So I think I'm going to be changing the name of the channel. I don't know what to. I thought I'd just say that because I'll probably put this name in brackets at the bottom so people can still find it. What else? I'm still doing readings for people, so it's gone down to bare minimum. I want to get back into doing that as well a bit more, both the tarot and the Skype. So I'm available for that, and the website is still up. I'll be changing the name of that as well at some point. It's still under Twin Flame Consciousness, I think is what it's called at the moment, something like that. Anyway, the link's below. It's got details there of everything that I do. What else did I want to say? Just a quick update. I think that's it really. And then I hope you're all well. Hope you're all thriving. And I'm going to just do some cards. Let's see what they want to say. So for the Twin Flame Collective, current energy. What do we need to know? Let's see what they're going to say. So I also want to do more videos about the process itself. I've learned a lot about the process in the 4 months that I've not been doing videos. I don't know if they're going to talk about that now, along with what I'm asking. Let's just see what comes out. Alright, so we've got Ten of Cups, which is happiness, completion. Empress, rebirth. Nine of Cups, also happiness, also completion. Differences between the 9 and the 10, well, there's lots of difference depending on what your reading is for you, but in this kind of a reading, this energy right now. So this is like home, family, completion around that. So it's kind of happiness in location as well. Got a house in there. So it's just feeling settled and feeling good in where you're at right now. So also in your present moment, because this is comparable to the present moment emotionally. So it's feeling good in the present moment. When you feel good in the present moment, that is your point of attraction being accurate, and that draws you everything that's going to come to you from your vibrational desires. So everything that's around you in your vibration can come to you from your happiness in the present moment. So we've got that there. Empress, well, even before I got the cards out, they were saying you're going to be reborn. So the reason I'm being guided to do a video at this time is because we are coming up to the end point of the spring. So end of May is, we're in the third trimester of the birth. So June is the last month of spring. So something around being the rebirth now. I think it's at the end of May. And feeling reborn and renewed. So that's why I've got the Empress coming up, is what they're saying. And then Nine of Cups, which again is about full happiness and completion. But 9 is kind of intrinsic, so it's less to do with outside circumstances and more to do with like your internal feeling. So with the 9 of Cups in the feel good, it's more of a let go energy. It's more kind of like what has come to you in the way of feeling good and what can come from every single element of feeling good, unrelated to any aspect of your current situation. So it's a kind of hands-off feeling of feeling good, which is like, I just feel good and I don't know why I feel good. So there's no way to pinpoint, because so often it's like, from the human perspective, you are always, when you don't feel good, you're looking for, how can I feel good in something external around you? How can I change this or this or this so I can feel better? With law of attraction and the twin flame process, the completion of that is just the feel good feeling coming from nothing externally. So at first it feels like a weirdness, because it's kind of like, well, I feel good, but I don't know why I feel good. There's nothing out there changed really in my life, apart from it just feels different to be alive. So, but then the settling into that feeling and that experience, and it becoming a more normal experience of, oh yeah, I feel good again, even though nothing's changed externally. But this feeling continues, this feel good feeling continues, and they're getting used to that, and that being the norm. So it feels like the rebirth that's coming in June is around this feeling being more like set, more like a constant feeling of feeling good. So the process, the twin flame process, which is the clearing of dark to light. So it's the clearing of all the dark aspects, so that all the negativity that can arise through the ego, which comes from being human, all the worry and all the stress about the externals, all the worry, all the stress about past and future, which takes you away from the present moment and your present moment location, and takes you therefore away from your point of attraction, right? So anything about when you go into thoughts of the past or even thoughts of the future can be taking you away from your point of attraction. So the twin flame process, which is about clearing into your point of attraction, so you arrive in the location of the feeling good pretty much all of the time. You've cleared your past and you've cleared your future. This is really important, right? What I've been getting and what they're saying right now. It is an individual clearing, and it is an singular experience. That means that we are a collective, right? Everybody that's working through this process will go through the process, but they go through it individually. So we're not all going through the process at the same pace, through the same things at the same time. We do all go through the same things, but it might be that someone is down the road behind you and someone is up the road up ahead. So they're not going to be at the same point on their journey at the time you're in a certain point of your journey. So to do like a twin flame collective reading is really not about giving a kind of a one note reading to people about how this is going to happen and that's going to happen and this is going to happen, because it's going to be different for everybody in that respect. However, it is about explaining that fact, right? That we are all on different level of in an individual journey, where it's the same journey as everybody else, but we're all at a different point on that road. So therefore, it's not a one size fits all in terms of, like the reading. You can't say, oh, this is going to happen to all of us this month and da-da-da-da-da and all that kind of stuff. So they're just saying that. It's more about just explaining, a reading to explain how it happens and what works, what the journey is, and the fact that it's all related to your own personal clearing, and that will go at your own pace, and it will go, everybody's got different things to clear. You're clearing the mental aspect, you're clearing the emotional aspect, you're clearing the physical aspect, but it's going to be different in everyone. And therefore nothing is ever wrong, and you're always at the right place at the right time, going through the right thing at the right time, exactly what you should be going at the time you're going through it. So that understanding can bring you more into your point of attraction, because that's more harmonizing with wherever you are in the present moment. Because as soon as you start to go into like, this shouldn't be happening, this should be happening over here, instead of what's happening over here, you're getting away from your present moment, your acceptance of the present moment. And then letting go of as well a lot of this understanding of having to work really hard at clearing things for a collective, because that's not what you're here for. You're here for your own individual experience, be it a twin flame experience where there are certain protocols and a certain paradigm that it is of, right, that would allow you to make sense of the process and the journey itself. But it's still an individual experience. That you will all come here into physical existence to have a experience of separation from source. Twin flame process and experience that you come here for is to reconnect into source, so that you are at one with source, so that you are at one with your point of attraction. However, it's going to be in your own individual way that comes about, in your own individual timing that it comes about. Therefore, nothing is ever wrong in how it comes about. It's never about fighting against anything. So if you can understand that your present moment is always about the acceptance of what that is, and not fighting against it, and not saying, well, I should be over here by now and not over there, then you will be more in alignment of just being in acceptance of the present moment, right? So just fundamental, they're saying quantum physics. So, the Mandela effect, which is where you experience your full existence, right? So when you have deja vu and you suddenly have an overlapping mental aspect coming in where you're like, this happened before, and then you get another on top of that, this happened before, that happened before, that happened. And it's like your current reality kind of melts down and disappears as you have these overlaps of past experience and possibly future experience that come in on top of your current moment, that allows you to see beyond the current moment, right? That's really seeing beyond the current moment, because it comes through energetically in that Mandela effect that is in the now moment, but allowing you to see further than the now moment and how everything is connected. So that's your own individual experience, basically. So just feels like there's this acceptance of the quantum understanding, basically, and through that, that we are all connected. However, we're here for the individual experience. So I think I got lost there because I can't remember where I got to say that, but that's fine. We just carry on. It does go in and out. Right. And then we're going to go here. Fear, Seven of Swords. Knight of Wands, energy moving. And this is quite fast energy. Knights are on horses, so they can move quite quickly. Ten of Swords, ending in the mind. Oh, that's where we were, right? So it got me back there now. So we're talking about clearing the mental aspect. I mean, it's, and the emotional and the physical, but much more the mental. This is talking about. Swords are all mental energy. Fear comes in the mind, right? It's through the ego, it's through the worry and the stress. And it's either by plucking something from the past and saying, well, it was right back then, why can't it be like that now? Or I had that back then, why can't I have that now? Therefore, something is wrong that I don't have it now. Which, of course, that's what you're going to clear on this through this process, is any sense of loss or confusion or anything not being right in relation to the past. And that's in the past position, actually. And the heart of the matter is the Knight of Wands, which is the moving energy, fast moving. And then the Ten of Swords, which is ending in the mind. So it's the death of the ego, basically. So that is, if I just move these all along, you get to see them a bit better. So that's the ending of the fear. Now I feel out of position, so I've got to move this way. Right, good. Okay, so that's an ending in the, an ending of the fear, basically, coming quickly, it says. So, as with each of us, our own individual experience, this could be a momentous event. It could be something very simple. In clearing fear, you have to experience fear. So you can't clear fear by not recognizing where the fear is. It's got to be recognized, therefore it has to come up to be cleared. It's like vomiting up dark energy, and to let go of it, right? It's just the same as vomiting, practically, like physical vomiting, because you bring it up and it's got rid of. So, and in fact, this process a lot of the time does feel like, they show me The Exorcist. It feels like being possessed a lot of the time by negative energy, because you can get so angry during this twin flame process of reconciliation. Lots of negative feelings coming up, like anger and resentment and loss and hopelessness and fear, basically. And that's all fear. It's all fear of what is current. It's all fear of things not being right at your time, in your life, at the time that you are in, right there and then. So it's releasing that fear against the present moment. So you're releasing the resistance against the what is. The present moment is the what is, right? So releasing the resistance against the what is, or the whatever is, in the present moment does require a lot of cleansing, an internal cleansing process, which is cleansing of your own fear against that. So it does come in an individual way. And it comes through experiencing that fear. So this is where they call it the dark night of the soul. Or you call it, some people in twin flame process call it the purge, which is, purge means to vomit. So it's getting out all the negativity. So you'll have thrashing around episodes that come where you're like, really angry and really resentful of everything that you're going through in the current moment. And then it'll clear and it'll calm down and it'll be the end of that. And each period of you going through that then releases more negativity, and more light. When you release more negativity, more light can enter you. So if you are a vessel, right, for enlightenment, so you are merely here, twin flame process as well. Coming here for a twin flame experience means that you come here to bring the light. That's why they call it the light bringer. It means that you empty out of all the dark and the negative and all the egoic, and or you can call it whatever you want. You could call it the Atlantean energy, and you bring in the light, you bring in the Lemurian, you bring in the higher energy. You are a vessel, you're an opportunity for that to occur. So you come here to do that. So you come here for that experience of becoming the light. And you come here, that's what the twin flame experience is. It's coming into the light. It's coming back to source. It's coming back, therefore, to your current moment in a feeling good way, into your point of attraction. That once you are through the dark, hard half of the process and you're into the light part of the process, you're starting to bring yourself more from the light. So it's the 8, right? Because it's infinite. So you're coming out of the dark, you're going into the light. Then you bring from the light and you come back into self again, right? But then you might pick up some more dark. Then you're going round again in an 8 and you're dropping it off and you're bringing in some more light, back in with more light. So it's like that. So it's an in and out process. So we got here fear, movement of energy, ending, death of the ego. So this is about dark leaving. Here, actually, what we got is a lot of light coming. So all the cups is about feel good here. Not all the cups cards are about feel good necessarily, but these two are. And the Empress, which is a rebirth. So it's just bringing in more light they're talking about. So I think the reason it's the end of May is because we're now leaving the, so spring is April, 20th of March or something like that. So the end of March. So it's April, May and June. So we're practically through to the end. We're coming through to the end. So in terms of that 8, we've gone through the dark. We're coming back round again. We've hit the crossover in the 8, and then we're coming back round. So we're bringing in light, basically. We're going to be bringing in light. And it all flows with the moons as well. So, and at the moment we're just past a new moon. It's not actually, it's a waxing crescent, I believe. I'll just check. So it's not anywhere near a full moon yet. So as we go through, and the waxing crescent gets brighter and brighter and brighter. See that? And as we go through, it gets brighter and brighter and brighter, and it's going to start to bring in more light and more light and more light until we get to the full moon. So that's what's going. So as that happens, we bring in more light as well. We become filled with more possibilities, opportunities through the feel-good factor until it hits the full moon, full on. And we release in the dark on the way. And then let's go here. The tower, which is a massive shift point, energetic ending. So there's sparks going off in the tower. It's like a crescendo, they're saying as well, because it's a tower. So it's like towering inferno. You see the top jumping off it. So it's a crescendo as the energy builds. So we've got here feel good, and we've got energy movement again. So it's an energy build, and we've got a shift point. So this is an explosion of feel good coming. And then we've got the world coming out here, rebirth, and the world, which is a massive opportunity and a completion. So again, it just feels like spontaneous, like a blasting of energy in the world. It feels like something being an explosion of energy, basically, and a reborn, rebirth, energy, and an explosion of energy there. And what we've got here, Hierophant. Hierophant is about order. It's the priest. It's about keeping doctrine. So order and things being a certain way and rules being followed and obeyed and observed. So this is a protocol. Hierophant is about protocols. It's about the order of things. And this is in relation to the Ten of Cups here, which is really home and family and location. And again, there's a certain order in the 10. It's a completion card. So it's kind of like this is set. It's like a set term. So it feels like here with the 10 of Cups and the energy moving again, it's into a new protocol. It's like, you could say this is your life complete, right? Because it's where everything is set. The 10 of Cups, it's where it's like you've got the family, you've got the dog, you've got the house, you're settled, it's all there, it's all like done. So it feels like something around there coming in the Knight of Wands is a new protocol in relation to that, a new order is what they're saying. New order. This comes, right, from feeling that this is already there. So the feeling comes before the event. So before a new protocol comes into being, a new protocol comes inside of yourself. So this would relate to feeling all right where you are, feeling all right with what you've got. And all it is feeling all right, because when you're bringing together the two ends of the stick, which is the negative end and the positive end, and coming into your point of attraction, which is 0 point, which is where those two meet, which is where you manifest, because you need the dark energy to manifest, you need the higher energy, the light energy to manifest positivity and all that you desire. So as you bring together those two ends of the sticks into a possible manifestation, the energy of that inside of yourself is not higher and it's not lower, it's 0. So it means that it's a kind of, it's a comparative feeling to feeling just okay. There's no worries going on in the mind, and there's no trying to find any worries in the mind. There's no like looking at worst case scenarios or trying to build one or create one inside of self, right, from what exists outside of self. So it's a turning away from anything that you could cause you to build that inside yourself and just disregarding it, which is coming away from the sticky end of the stick and not focusing on that dark, right? But it's not going into like a higher event or possibility. So in twin flame process, that would mean that you are not magnifying what it is that you desire to a certain extent. So it's not focusing on a reunion, for example. So when you go through this process, a lot of the process is spent focused on the reunion. And there's nothing wrong with that. Everything is as it's meant to be. But you're literally, what you're going to clear as you're doing that is anything that's related to that that's going to make you feel bad. Because you can only focus on it for a certain extent of wanting it and expecting it and hoping for it before you collapse into a heap of it not happening and never being there, and there it's not there again, right? And then you have to clear it again. So the 0 point is being harmonized with your present moment and the feeling good in the present moment that comes from not requiring anything but the present moment to be exactly as it is in that present moment. There's nothing going on. Everything just is fine. And nothing will have changed on the outside. You'll still be in the same house. You'll still be in the same location. You'll still be in the same situation. You'll still have the same people around you. You'll still have the same damp on the walls or leak in the ceiling or whatever it is that's been asking you to focus on it, or the no money in the bank, or the person hanging around that you don't want around, or whatever. But your relationship to that changes into one that is sufficiently disregarding of the negative that you feel okay. 0 point. And the 0 point is related to your humanness, you see, because to bring everything in the human environment, to manifest it into form, you have to be at the middle of the stick, where you are located in your humanness, feeling fine, not going off into like the spiritual landscape of the higher end of the stick, and only feeling okay when you're disconnected from humanity, your human self. It's being located at 0 point where you're fine with the human experience as it is. That is your spiritual process, right? To come into alignment in the current moment. So from there comes a new protocol here and the new order of things in the Hierophant. Let's go underneath. And then we've got 7 of Pentacles, which is fruition in the physical environment. So that's what comes of all of that, basically, is all we can say about that. Fruition in the physical environment comes through the clearing of wherever you're at in the present moment. This Knight of Wands is constantly moving energy, so your present moment is constant, right? It's not, it's not focusing on the next moment or the next moment or the next moment or the one that's just gone or the one that's just gone or the one that's just gone. It's always the present moment. So it really is the protocol, they're using that word again, is about conditioning yourself through the letting go of the ego, which is always wanting to go back or forward, right? Backwards or forwards, out of self, out of location of the present moment. It always wants to go somewhere else, think about something else, dwell upon something else, worry about something else. At the end of the rope of what fear is thinking. So yes, you can have night terrors, you can have drama, you can have scary, visuals and visions, but you can just simply have thinking, and thinking is a level of ego, and therefore thinking is a level of fear. So it's like drawing all that back, right? Being in the present moment with no thinking, state of no mind, and letting the energy take care of itself, which is a let go, which brings fruition, manifestation in the physical environment. So we're in a point of focusing, or they're saying, maybe we're not all at that point, like I said before, it's not like everybody's in the same place or can even understand the same thing, because some people haven't got to the point where they can recognise the understanding yet. Some people haven't got to the point where they can understand the understanding yet. Everybody eventually gets there. They're talking through me from where I'm at. So what I understand is, because where I'm at and what I've understood so far is it's all about present moment location and the constant moving energy that comes from. So everything around you that's in your vibration that you're bringing towards you already exists in your vibration, right? And how you bring it towards you and manifest it into the physical is through the let go that allows that to vibrationally take place through the movement of energy, which means that you're not like looking at your bank account and counting your pennies and worrying about money. And you're not looking at love and wondering where he is and who he is and when he's going to arrive. That kind of thing, right? You're just in the present moment in a let go. And the vibration will take care of itself. And your guidance, which is much more than just that, it's not thinking. Your guidance is the stuff that comes along on the way that brings you specific events in the present moment. All those events are tied to bringing you more in the present moment. So everything that you go for is about taking you through this process. So you will manifest the next thing from that, and then the next thing from that. So the eventual outcome, the one that you have to draw back from, is what it teaches you. The process is that your current moment is your outcome, and literally the next moment will be the outcome of that moment. So every moment has to be a pleasurable one, because if you want pleasure in the next moment, you've got to have pleasure in this moment. You can't jump ahead, right? You can't get from misery in the present moment to pleasure in the next moment. You've got to find pleasure in the current moment, and then you will simply slide into pleasure in the next moment. And in fact, as you grow the pleasure, you'll bring more pleasure and more pleasure. So it's like you're drawing in pleasure from your from what is around in the vibration as you move easily from pleasure to pleasure to pleasure, right? And also taking into account that as you're moving through this and it's twin flame process, you're going to have events coming in as well that are related to that take you out of the pleasure. And those you can't do anything, you can't change those, because that's your twin flame. So you're going to have the reducing resistance in that respect, which will be like just sporadic events of like anger or hostility, experiencing masculine energy basically. All right, one more card on all of those. King of Pentacles. So there's a masculine form taking shape on the energy movement. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, look, Queen of Pentacles underneath. So we've got a man and a woman here, or masculine and a feminine. They may be, we're not talking gender, we're talking identity. So it's not in the sexual gender, it's in the energetic identity. Man and a woman. Energy, movement, fruition. So that's what it's all about in the heart of the matter. I won't say any more than that. You all know that. That's the one thing everybody knows about. It's two people, right, involved in one process. It's an energetic process. It involves a fruition. 7 represents July. Who knows? Let's not get out of the present moment. 10 of Cups. Happiness and joy. So again, completion is happiness and joy. So your completion is your happiness and joy. And don't get out of that. Don't go anywhere from there. So don't be like, okay, and then what? It's just that. Because until it becomes just that, it can't be anything else. It's got to be that. It's got to be happiness and joy, because they're nothing at all, before it can be anything else. So there can't be any ifs or whys or buts or whens or anything of that nature, because it will take you away from the happiness and joy for nothing, no reason at all. New Order, the Hierophant. 8 of Swords, which is an infinite connection in the mind. Twin flames connected through the mind. Doesn't mean they're thinking the same thing at the same time. It just means the minds are connected. So the thrashing around that goes on in the ego, the worry, the stress, the concern, about circumstances, or the ifs, the whys, the buts about things. You're connected through that. So the feminine, who is the propellant of the process that moves it along, is the one that does the clearing, right? Is the one that is going to clear the mind. So they're the one that's going to let go through the mind. And that just quite simply, at the end of the day, at the end of the process, means letting go of thought and not being connected to thought. Right. 9 of Cups. Something on the horizon vibrationally. 3 of Wands. So something being created through the vibrational aspect. Through the happiness factor again in the 9 of Cups. The Tower. The lid blowing off something. Queen of Cups. Feminine, go with the flow. So again, it's a path of least resistance, which means that basically go with the flow is that you just can't get caught up in anything. You've got to let it all go. You just got to let go of thinking about things and wondering about things. And doing anything in a lot of cases, you know. Reborn, the Empress, and Eight of Wands is coming out, which is a connection through the vibration. So rebirth comes through vibration. Doesn't come through a physical aspect. It only comes through letting go of everything that is physical, emotional, and mental. Because vibration is none of those. So the let go has to be. It's like letting kind of saying like letting a dam go, you know. Like water's breaking. I think we had that a while back, didn't we, in a reading? They said about water's breaking. It's like that. It's just like everything let go. And then everything can come. And then the world, which is completion. And again, an explosion of energy. And then we've got the devil, which is everything coming. So another energy card. And the devil is the two ends of the stick. And it's drawing to you all your desires. Basically, it's all about desire, the devil. It's all coming through vibrational aspects. So hands-off experience, right? So there's a point as well where you just stop creating. So you stop having to visualize. If you've done enough visualizing, you're guided into it. So it's not like, oh, should I or shouldn't I stop? You just will stop. You'll just be like, you'll just be like, I'm done. You go through this feeling of like, I'm done, which comes from the ego, right? Which is a thrashing around of, I want to be done. But you can't be done because you're connected mentally, right? But then when they're done, when the masculine's done, there's a huge let go. When you're really done, and you don't have to say, I want to be done, because it's just done, right? Because they're done. So there's a fluid feeling, right? When the masculine has finished their process completely, it just feels like ease and flow, pretty much. Maybe you get a little bit of a rough edge now and again where you get a bit of resistance going on in terms of feeling good, but mainly it'll be just like ease and flow. Seven of Swords, a feeling of ease and flow. Change, a little bit of a rustling up of the feathers going on in the Five of Wands, a little bit of a flurry of energy. Fear, like I say, there might be a little bit of it's like a boat on the sea, right? A little bit of a rough wave or something, but nothing too drastic, nothing too debilitating. Just like, and even a love of that. So everything, love comes from love, right? So you love everything by the end of the process, which means that you love even the rough spots that you hit, where you hit a bit of a rough patch. And I mean rough patch, I mean like an hour or something in the morning. I don't mean like, I mean just a little like you're going down the road and maybe you get a little bit of a tiny trigger going on, or, or a flurry of a trigger, like a wind blowing, and then it's gone again and you feel happy again and you let go. You don't hang on to the trigger. You're not in the trigger all day, thrashing around in the trigger. Trying to put the world to rights in that trigger, You see it for what it is. Trigger, let go. Oh, the beauty of triggers, right? And you start to collect the love of triggers. Or write a memoir, the love of triggers. My favourite triggers I've experienced, and it all just becomes fun, Ten of Swords, ending of the ego. Brand new journey, the Fool, 0 point. So this is an overview, right, of everything really that's now, because when we talk about now moment, this could be now, or this could be now, or this could be now. So this is just as is, right? Apparently I have to put it out now because that's what I'm guided to do. But it's now. So it doesn't really matter. If you listen to it, then I would just listen to it and then let go and take it for what it is, and maybe have a little laugh to yourself about, the beauty of triggers, because that's really funny, isn't it? and that you could probably write a book on all the ones you've had. Some people literally do, I think. At the end of this process, some people are guided to write about everything that's gone on. So, the beauty of the journey, basically. And then let go, Ten of Swords, let go and feel a brand new journey. So it's not about being in the, what's next. You never want to be in the what's next. You always want to be in the what's going on now. And thoroughly, enjoying the what is going on now. One way or another. Accepting the what's going on now. Accepting it. Loving it. Dwelling in it. And then moving with ease into the next what is going on right now. And just keep on that path. The righteous path of the what is going on right now, and loving the what is going on right now. And then you will bring to you from that love in each moment that comes. And with that, everything that is of love. Right, so we're going to leave it there. Did I get one out on that Seven of Pentacles? Did I? Oh, yes, I did. It was the Queen of Pentacles. Going to leave that there and come back. I'm going to do some monthlies, I think. So I'll be back with those at some point. Don't hang on to this reading past the time you've listened to it. Just let it go again. And then we'll have another one when it's time. Do exactly the same. All right, lots of love. I hope you're all well. And I'll see you soon. Bye.